It was 2:07 a.m. when my phone lit up with her text. "I'm busy, I'll call later." My heart sank not because it was late, but because my wife Ellie never texted like that. Busy? At 2 a.m.? I stared at the screen, the blue glow stinging my eyes, waiting for the three dots of a follow-up message. Nothing came. 10 minutes later, I heard the front door burst open, her footsteps frantic, her breath ragged, like she'd sprinted home from somewhere close. Too close. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to where it all started so you can feel the weight of that night the way I did. My name's Ben, and Ellie and I have been married for 6 years. We weren't perfect, but we were solid, or so I thought. We met at a dive bar in college, her laughing at my terrible pool skills, me charmed by the way her eyes crinkled when she smiled. She was my anchor, the one who made our little apartment feel like a home. With her mismatched mugs and her habit of leaving sticky notes with silly doodles on the fridge. We'd built a life together. A cozy place in the suburbs, a dog named Milo who'd sleep at our feet, and plans for a kid someday when the timing felt right. Work kept us busy, me at a construction firm, her at a marketing agency, but we always made time for each other. Date nights, lazy Sundays, her head on my chest as we binged old movies. That was us. But something had shifted in the last few months. It was subtle at first, like a crack in a windshield you don't notice until the light hits it just right. Ellie started staying late at work, saying her team was swamped with a new campaign. She'd come home exhausted, her usual spark dimmed, and she'd brush off my questions with a tired smile. "Just work, babe. You know how it is." I'd nod, not wanting to push, but the late nights piled up. Then there were the phone calls she'd take in the other room, her voice low, her words too muffled to catch. Once I saw her lock her phone screen fast when I walked in, like she was hiding something. I told myself it was nothing, maybe a surprise for my birthday or stress from a big project. But doubt is a quiet poison. It seeps in slow, and soon I was noticing every little thing. The way she'd avoid my eyes when I asked about her day, the faint scent of cologne on her jacket that wasn't mine. That night, though, it all unraveled. I couldn't sleep, my mind replaying her text. "I'm busy, I'll call later." Busy where? With who? I lay in bed, Milo snoring softly beside me, the house too quiet without her. I tried calling, no answer. I sent a text. "Everything okay?" No reply. My stomach twisted, a mix of worry and something uglier. Something I didn't want to name. Then came the sound of the front door, the frantic jangle of keys, and Ellie stumbling in. I bolted upright, heart pounding, and met her in the hallway. "Ellie, what's going on?" My voice came out sharper than I meant, but the sight of her, hair messy, cheeks flushed, eyes wide with panic, set my nerves on edge. She froze, her purse slipping from her shoulder to the floor. "Ben, I didn't think you'd be awake." Her voice was shaky, not like her at all. She was wearing her work blazer, but her blouse was untucked, one button undone at the collar. "Where were you?" I asked, stepping closer. The air felt thick, like it was pressing down on us. "You texted me at 2 a.m. saying you're busy, and now you're running in here like you're being chased. What's going on?" She looked away, her hands twisting together. It's nothing, okay? Just work stuff." I got caught up and work stuff. I cut her off, my voice rising. "At 2 in the morning? Ellie, don't lie to me. I deserved the truth." My chest was tight, my mind racing with possibilities I didn't want to believe. Her eyes flicked to mine, and for a moment I saw something raw, guilt maybe, or fear. Then she sighed, her shoulders slumping. "Okay, Ben. You want the truth? I was with someone." The words hit like a punch, knocking the air out of me. "It's not what you think," she rushed on, her voice cracking. It's complicated. Can we just sit down and talk?" I didn't want to sit. I didn't want to talk. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to make her take it back. But I followed her to the couch, my legs moving on autopilot. Milo trailed behind, sensing the tension, his tail low. "His name's Ryan," she said, barely above a whisper. "He's a client." It started as just meetings, drinks after work. I didn't mean for it to turn into anything. Her hands were shaking now, and she wouldn't meet my eyes. Tonight I was at his place. I thought I could handle it, but I panicked. I realized I couldn't do this to you, to us. I ran home. I stared at her, my mind blank, my heart a mess of rage and hurt. "You were at his place?" I repeated, my voice low, dangerous. "You were with another guy, And you're telling me it's not what I think? What am I supposed to think, Ellie? I didn't sleep with him, she cried, tears spilling down her cheeks. I swear, Ben, it didn't get that far. I stopped it. I left. I'm here now, aren't I? But you were there, I said, my voice breaking. You were with him behind my back, lying to me for months. How am I supposed to trust you now? The room felt too small, the walls closing in. I stood pacing, trying to keep myself together. Why, Ellie? Was I not enough? Did I do something wrong? No, it's not you, she sobbed, reaching for my hand, but I pulled away. It's me. I got caught up in the attention, the excitement. Work was so stressful and he was there. But I love you, Ben. I do. I made a mistake. A mistake. The word felt like a slap. I wanted to believe her, to hold on to the life we'd built. But all I could see was her with someone else, her laughter, her touch, given to a stranger. I need time, I said finally, my voice hollow. I can't do this right now. The days that followed were a blur. I slept in the guest room, Milo my only company. Ellie tried to talk, to apologize, but her words felt like noise, empty and useless. I kept replaying her confession, the image of her running home, the betrayal sharp as a knife. I didn't yell or throw things, I wasn't that guy, but the quiet anger was worse, eating me from the inside. Eventually I made a choice. I couldn't stay in a marriage built on lies, not when every glance at her reminded me of what she'd done. I moved out, found a small apartment and started piecing myself back together. Ellie begged me to stay, but trust, once broken, doesn't glue back the same. I didn't want revenge, not really, just distance, a chance to breathe without the weight of her betrayal. Now, months later, I'm learning to live with the scars. I still see her in the little things. A sticky note I found in an old jacket, Milo's favorite toy she bought. Love doesn't vanish overnight, but neither does pain. Some nights I wonder if I could have fought harder for us. But then I remember her text, those cold words at 2 a.m., and I know I deserve more than half-truths. I'm not whole yet, but I'm getting there, one quiet step at a time. And that's enough for now.